Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
After Jesus' crucifixion, Jesus' followers scattered. The disciples holed up in an upper room, fearing for their lives. The Jewish establishment killed Jesus, and they might be after them too. But at Pentecost, these same followers were preaching from the rooftops. In Acts 3, Peter and John began openly preaching in the temple without fear. What a huge change! They had healed a lame man who was leaping around praising God. When people recognized this man, they wanted to know, what happened? Peter first made sure they knew that this miracle was completely from God, the same God they worshipped, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of our fathers. He said, God glorified His servant Jesus, whom you delivered up and denied in the presence of Pilate, when he was determined to let him go. But you denied the Holy One and the just, and asked for a murderer to be granted to you. Remember when Jesus was before Pilate? Pilate knew he'd done nothing wrong. He knew the Jewish leaders wanted Jesus killed just because they were jealous. Pilate wanted to release Jesus, so he offered a choice to the crowd. Do you want Jesus or Barabbas? To Pilate's shock, they chose Barabbas, a thief and a murderer, over the blameless Son of God. What had the Jews said? His blood be on us and our children. They were now being held accountable for his blood. Peter went on, You killed the Prince of Life, whom God raised from the dead, of which we are witnesses. Well, yes, witnesses of Jesus' perfect life, death, burial, and resurrection, but also witnesses of their guilt. The Jews who yelled, Crucify, who killed their own Messiah. We saw you do it. We heard you accepting responsibility for it. But we also saw Jesus raised to life. This is the Jesus we're talking about. He's the one responsible for this miracle. We did this in His name. You didn't actually get rid of Him like you thought. Notice what Peter calls Jesus, Prince of Life. Other translations say author of life. The Greek word means originator, pioneer, or beginner. Not only did Jesus have a hand in creating us, thus beginning our physical life, but He's the one who makes us alive spiritually through His death, burial, and resurrection. And just as this crowd had witnessed, Jesus had given life to this man who had been lame for 40 years, unable to go anywhere on his own, but was now jumping around praising God. He's the originator of that kind of life of joy and new beginnings too. This was Jesus who was responsible for this miracle. And now Peter told the people, you are witnesses. When someone sees something with their own eyes, it's impossible for them to deny what happened. When I lost 30 pounds one summer, it was dramatic enough for people not to just mention it, but talk at length and ask how I did it. That's how significant a change Christ should have in your life. It should leave people talking about how different you are, asking about that difference. What have people around you seen? Have they seen the change that Jesus has made in your life?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.